Biasa deh.
Perfect. All right, so I just heard somebody jump in the room. Hello, hello, hello. So tonight we're going to be going over the four, four stages of competence, okay? If you just joined in, hello and welcome. I heard a little ding. So I want you guys to know, family, and I want to tell you guys that entrepreneurship isn't normal. Like our mentor, some of us we have the same coach and mentor, but his name is Damon, and we say entrepreneurship is cruel and unusual punishment. Okay, entrepreneurship is not normal. What's normal is waking up 6 a.m., going to your work, knowing, hey, when you go in, you're gonna make your $17 an hour, maybe your $14 an hour, you know you're gonna make your $22 an hour, and you're out. That's normal, okay? So you are the blueprint, family. This is important. You are the blueprint. Most people will not understand your grind here. You know how many people misunderstand me and I don't really care? Unfortunately, I just don't care that I'm being misunderstood. You know why? Because it's a part of the process. Entrepreneurship isn't normal, okay? You are the blueprint. All right. Most people aren't going to understand your grind, and that's okay. So, being the only entrepreneur in your family, let's just say you are. I don't know about you, but I do have another entrepreneur in my family. But I realized I was the truly and honestly the first one that took it in at a high level of heat, right? And being the only entrepreneur in my family, it came with a lot of responsibility. So, I don't know if any of you guys can relate. Drop a two in the chat if you're the one in your family that's, hey, I'm starting something different. Drop a two in the chat if you're the one in your family that's doing something different, right? So you're doing something the most people in your family wouldn't do. Hey, stepping out on leaf on faith. There's outside of going to their 9 to 5, they're working extra hours to learn how to build a business. Maybe you're trying to invest into real estate. Maybe you're getting your credit right so you can invest into real estate. Maybe you are looking to invest into I don't know, stocks, bonds, or mutual funds. Maybe this is just something your family has never done before because life insurance is a vehicle to do all the things I just said, the real estate, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, whatever type of area of life that you want to invest and grow in, this industry makes you so much money, but only if you work it, right? So success in business starts, family, with mental rewiring. Come on, not just mechanics. Success, I need you to write that down. Success, family, in business, it starts with mental rewiring, not mechanics. Okay. So tonight we're going to actually explore how our mindset connects directly to this level of competence you see on the screen and how both determine your income and an impact. When I first got a hold of this information in the year of 2023-ish, the end of 2023, beginning of 2024, it was the information that I needed to absolutely change my life. All right. First things first is I want you guys to understand the job mindset versus the entrepreneurship mindset. Okay. That's not on the screen here, but just hear me out. Okay. So in the job mindset, family, we have what we call predictable routine. What did I say earlier? I wake up at 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. I'm getting to my corporate position by 8 or 9 in the morning. I'm clocking out by 3. I'm clocking out by 4. And I'm repeating the same thing daily and I'm not growing. I'm staying at the same level. I might get a little 50 cent raise, maybe 75 cents, but that's it. Okay. So it's a predictable routine. It's limited responsibility. When you have a job, your responsibility is like this, guys. Like, do you see this? This is tiny. Your responsibility is really small, actually. Versus when you're in entrepreneurship, you don't have a clock in. Okay. There's no clock out. It's all day, it's every day. That's a huge responsibility. Please, cruel and unusual punishment. Okay. So, in the job mindset, effort at your corporate position equals a paycheck. Okay. If I put an effort at my job, I know I'm going to get a paycheck. But in entrepreneurship, effort equals empire, family. I'm building me an empire. I'm building me a legacy. Every bit of effort I put in, it may not yield me a check right away like your corporate position will, but it's so tiny over there and it's so small, right? But I know if I put in that same amount of effort day in and day out here, I'm going to build a legacy. There's no way around it. So I want you guys to understand that at our job, we work for money. Okay. I don't know if you guys heard the saying before, but people who say, oh, like, I don't care about money, but I spend 8 hours all day at my job to make money. You care a lot about money, actually, family. You actually do. Like, you cannot sit here and say, I don't care about money, but you spend 9 hours, 12 hours, 8 hours at a corporate position for Uncle Sam and not you or your family. You care a lot more about money than you think you do. Okay. Maybe I just had to break it down for you like that to realize that. But when it comes down to entrepreneurship, I'm focused on building systems, I'm focusing on building a freedom, and I'm focusing on building a legacy. Do you guys understand how this is correlating job versus entrepreneurship? And not only that, but your job, you're actually waiting on instruction, right? Like you're waiting for your boss or the higher level position to tell us what's next and what needs to happen. But at an entrepreneurship family, we're actually having to create opportunity. Hear me out. You're having to truly create opportunity for yourself. Okay. This is a quote that I had that I made. I said, entrepreneurship, don't wait to be told what to do. We lead ourselves. Okay. And leadership, family, starts with awareness. If you're looking to go to the next level, you have to get to a level of awareness. Please hear me out, family, please. Knowing where you are on your own growth ladder. And after this call today, I truly do pray that you guys find out and identify where you're at on this growth ladder. So let's talk about it. The 4 stages of competence, okay? This is the stage of learning any new skill, okay? The 4 stages of competence is the stages of learning any new skill. Okay, the first level is always going to be, write this down, unconscious incompetence. This is where you are aware of the skill and you lack of proficiency. Okay. This is like the lowest level of the hierarchy. Papi, this is the lowest level of the hierarchy. Unconscious competence. Then you have conscious incompetence. This is where you are aware of the skill, but you're not yet proficient. Okay. You're aware of the skill, right? So now all of you who join this life insurance industry or part of the community, you're aware there's a skill there, but you're not yet proficient at what you do. Okay. And then you have what we call the conscious. Now you're conscious competence, right? Not conscious incompetence, but conscious competence. This is where you are able to use the skill, but only with effort. So I'm only able to make this money in the business. Like I have the competence enough to know, but I have to get on the phone and dial, or I have to talk to somebody. Okay. And then the very top level, this is the level you want to work for. This is the level each and every day I strive to work for. And this is the unconscious competence. This is where you're performing the skill and it becomes automatic. You are a beast at what you do. You make money easily and effortlessly. You get on one phone call, policy sold, versus 40 phone calls, then a policy sold. Big distance, big difference. At this level, you have truly mastered. Okay, so let's talk about it. When you're an unconscious incompetence person, this is where you're dabbling. Okay, you don't know what to do not know, you're stuck. You don't even know you're stuck. You're a wantrepreneur. You are a wantrepreneur at this level. Ooh, look at Caitlin doing like, ooh, look at Nia. Ooh, look at my friend. She's in the beauty business. Maybe I should do the beauty industry. Ooh, my other friend is selling cookies. My other friend is selling cookies. Ooh, this is where you're dabbling. You're a wantrepreneur. Everything you see, you want to do. But at the conscious incompetence level, you're aware you suck, and now you're realizing I got to get better. So now I'm at the starting position. You don't want to be the entrepreneur, okay? When I'm done, okay, go. Now, with the conscious competence, you suck less with practice and effort, okay? With the conscious competence, you suck less with practice and effort. Now you became a producer, okay? You don't really suck as much anymore. You still suck a little bit, okay? You're not the best yet, but with practice and effort, okay, you become better. You're now a producer. And at the top level, you don't suck at all. You do things with very little effort. Like you make money with very little effort. You attract up opportunities with very little effort. People want to join you and be a part of your community and your organization with very little effort because you've mastered the unconscious competence. Okay. So I need you to identify, family, which one are you? Okay, please. So the entrepreneur, this is where in month is the very first month, you're like, oh, I have an idea. I have an idea. Okay. And then month three, you're like, oh, I have another idea. I have another idea. And you never do anything. You just always have an idea. You're an entrepreneur. Okay. And this is someone who's dabbling, yet unaware of their skill deficits that are needed to start a business. You're dabbling so much, but you're unaware of what's truly required to win in the insurance industry. Like Mia said, shiny object syndrome. Okay, success in business. Okay, look, I see you guys in the chat. I just checked the chat really quick. Now we have a starter level. Which one are you? This is where you're aware of your deficits and you're attempting to create positive business impact by acquiring new skills, specifically sales and marketing. Ooh, this is really good. This is really good. Okay. So this is where that you're aware of your deficits, but you're attempting to create positive business impact by acquiring new skills specifically for sales and marketing. How are we going to set standards for October if you don't even know where you stand? Okay. So the producer, this is someone who's aware of your deficits, but you are inconsistently creating positive business impact through newfound technical skills, specifically marketing and sales. Family, we're in entrepreneurship. You have to learn how to talk and sell. You'll be fine for the rest of your life. When you start to learn better and better and perfect this craft, the speaking and the selling craft, the speaking and the selling craft, the relationship building, the selling craft, you will always forever be fruitful in life because you've mastered those two important, listen, marketing and sales. That's what it takes, okay? Now, mastery. This is where we're aware of our deficits and we are consistently creating positive business impact. So we're not no longer inconsistently doing it. Now we're at a level. You see that fits to the thing? Now we're at a level where we're creating positive business impact consistently through these skills of technical skills, influence, and now vision. Okay. So I'm going to pause this here. I really want you to identify on your piece of paper, which one are you? Please. It's okay. The entrepreneur one is hilarious to me because a lot of us all started there before one time. I was a entrepreneur. Can I be honest? I was. Okay. But some of you guys on this call right now, unfortunately, are a entrepreneur. This is where month zero, with this is your month zero, October, September. Oh, that looks really cool. I want to do that. Month three. Oh, that looks really cool. I want to do that. 4 months later, ooh, that looks like, how, my goodness, how many times are we gonna, like, you literally at 0% still. You're still at 0%. That is crazy to me because you're too busy. Next, 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 next. Ooh, that was cool. Maybe I should try it that way. Ooh, maybe I should do this method. Ooh, I should do that method. But that explains your bank account. Okay. So if I'm a starter, at least I have surpassed that level. Now I've already surpassed zero. Now I'm at like 10%, 15%, 20, 25%. Now I need to get to 50%, 70% at a producer level. But then I need 100% become a master. And mastery is always going to come up here with the tap up with the unconscious competence. Okay? So once your competence breeds confidence, okay, once your competence breeds confidence, the growth now for you, family, is exponential. Can somebody drop in the chat confidence? Confidence. When I first started as an entrepreneur, I was not confident. Matter of fact, I wouldn't be able to host this call. I wouldn't. I was very socially awkward. I had to master communication skills. I had to learn how to speak better. I had to learn that not everybody's like me. Not everybody came where I came from. So let me learn how to be a relationship builder because not everybody's like me. And I need to learn how to build relationships with people who are different than me. Once you do that, it builds confidence, right? So did you identify yet? What level did you fall into? Now, we lose 40% of new information. So after this call, you're going to lose about 40% of this information. So if you're not writing this down, I'm not going to be surprised if our bank account doesn't 10x by the halfway mark of this fourth quarter. Because if you're making 2 grand a month right now, let's triple that. Okay? Let's get to 10 grand. Okay, if you're making 5 grand a month, let's get to 10 grand. Let's first surpass what you're making in corporate. Okay, like then we can get fancy and get to 15 grand, 20 grand, 25, 30 grand months. Okay, and you're not going to be able to do that by yourself. You're going to want to build a team. You're going to need help. No entrepreneur is just successful all by themselves, like all by themselves. That's actually very challenging. So remember, family, we lose 40% of new information we see or hear within the first 24 hours. So always take notes. I pray that you guys are taking notes of this information so you can identify where you fall. The entrepreneur, their competence, again, you're dabbling without awareness of your suckage, okay? Beliefs. This is where you say to yourself, okay, I'm not sure I can do this, so I will test it out until I am sure. If that's you, you're an entrepreneur. If you say things like this to yourself, I don't know if I can do this, but I'm just going to test it out until it can or see if you're an entrepreneur. You're always cautious. The beautiful key trait about you guys is you are cautious. But you're so conscious that you're always overthinking that you spend all your time overthinking and not making any money. You spend all your time brainstorming with your family, with your bestie, with your partner, that you make no cash. After a while, you have to be tired of talking about it and you have to be ready to do something with it. Now, this is why people stay stuck. Most of the time, people stay stuck because they either have fear. Sometimes you stay stuck because of your husband or your wife. I have seen so many sick men and women that I know could be a beast, but because their partner doesn't understand them correctly and accordingly, they can't reach their higher level of life. That's why my partner, like when I choose, like when that happens, even though it says he who finds a wife, but he finds favor with the Lord, okay? But sometimes our relationships can be the number one reason why we stay stuck. I've seen it in my family. I've seen it outside of my family, like my own personal family. Yes, yes, yes. Because when you have a partner family that doesn't really understand what you're doing, one, isn't patient, two, babe, I don't think that's for you, three, that sucks, actually. That actually really sucks. And that's the number one reason why people stay stuck on their entrepreneur journey. They have fear and their safety net. Your safety net is your job. You always have a job to fall back on. Okay. And this is why you stay stuck, unfortunately. These three things are the biggest reasons: fear, relationships, and your safety net that you have. So now let's talk about being the starter. Now, the starter is conscious incompetence family. That's the starter. Okay. The starter. So we are going to talk about the starter. You are aware that you're not the best, but you are willing to get better and you're doing things daily to get better. You're doing things daily to get better. So again, you're aware you suck, but you're doing things daily to make sure you can get better. Okay. Now, the belief that this person has, the belief that this person has, and this is how you identify if this is you, okay, is this is what you say to yourself. If someone else has done it, there's a chance I can too. Ooh, you done elevated a little bit. You done went to the next level a little bit, guys. Okay. So your number one key trait is you're resourceful. Okay. The key skill you have is ruthless blind execution. And you spend 100% of your time No longer do you spend 100% of your time overthinking. You now spend 100% of your time in sales. Maybe coaching, administrative work, delivery, billing, learning, programming, marketing. Okay. And most of the time, just stick with 100% in sales. You're focused on your sales. You're not focused too much on other things. A little bit of coaching, a little bit like you needing coaching. Okay. Administrative work, not really much time there. 100% of your time is going to the sales. Okay, because you now know that if Caitlin did it, I can do it too. If Nia did it, I can do it too. If Michael Cortang did it, I can do it too. If Roger Short did it, I can do it too. If Brian Askins did it, I can do it too. Okay? So, how does one level up? Okay? You either create more safety net in the unknown than the known mental, or you tell yourself, I have no other option. You burn and earn your boats. You burn every other option available, right? Fear, safety net, fear, relationships. How does one level up? You either create more of a safety net in the unknown than the known, which is mental. Hear me out. This you have to read this slowly to understand it. You create more safety in the unknown. So what you don't know, then what you do know. That's all mental. Or you just tell yourself there's no other option. I'm going to earn my boats, period, point blank. Now, the producer, okay? The producer is now here at the conscious competence level, okay? We suck less with practice and effort, okay? We've got some practice and effort in. And this is where the belief that you tell yourself, you end up telling yourself is, if I want to be great, I have to suck first anyway. Now you've accepted the fact that I'm not going to be the best when I start, but I know that if I want to be a beast and I want to get to this certain amount of income per month, and if I want to change my life for my spouse, if I want to change my life for my children, then I have to understand that if I want to be great, I'm going to have to suck first. Period, point blank. The number one key trait you have is you're determined. The key skill you have is you're able to adapt to sales and maybe a little bit of light marketing. Okay. Then the key skill is adaptability. Now, a lot of your time now at this level of your career in entrepreneurship is going to sales, it's going to coaching, it's going to administration. And the reason why it looks like this, okay, I need you guys to understand ruthless, cruel and unusual punishment. You're never done working. You're doing sales, you're doing coaching, administrative work, delivery, talking to clients, talking to agents, sending out policy packets, calling the carriers, talking to Michael Cortain, your upline, talking to Caitlin. Oh my God, I have to go take care of my kids. Oh, wait, we got to eat dinner tonight. Cruel and unusual punishment. Okay? Because I decided to step into entrepreneurship. I don't want to be regular. Regular doesn't have to do that. Schmegler doesn't have to do that. Just enough doesn't have to do that. That safety net at the corporate position doesn't have to do this. Like at all. You don't have to go through the stress levels. Just go to corporate. It doesn't stress you out the same. I promise you it doesn't. This is cruel and unusual punishment. And I'm telling you guys this because it's the truth. You have to really decide, I am built for this. I want this. I'm willing to go through the cruel and unusual punishment. And that's why producers are spending time. They're still doing sales. They're having to do the coaching. They're still doing administrative calls. They're doing the follow-ups, delivery, billing for us, checking our clients' payments, marketing, making sure we're putting out the information so we can bring in leads, vendor relationships, that's our lead cost, learning. You're always busy. You never get a break. Please, you'll never get one until later. Okay. So once your competence breeds confidence, the growth is exponential. What level do we fall into? Have we been able to identify? So the entrepreneur, again, this is another example. You have an idea, you get a domain made, right? You set up your website, and you finish and ship project, and then you do it again, idea, domain, thing, all over, business idea. Oh, business idea, next, right? I was dabbling into different companies. This is me, guys. I was dabbling into different companies when I was an entrepreneur. I was always in my head. Ooh, I was stroking my mental. Yes, they call it stroking your brain. Yeah, stroking that thing. Mm-hmm. Yep. So you're always in your head. You're always on YouTube. Ty Lopez, Grant Cardone. True Wealth podcast, Life Insurance Academy podcast, another podcast. You're always on something else besides yourself. You're always in your head. You're always stroking your brain with information. You spend way too much time in your head and not enough activity. And that is why I was a entrepreneur. That's why I talk really well, though, because I spent a lot of time on audios, books, and personal development podcasts all the time. All the time. And I realized, wait, Caitlin, you're really smart and you can speak well, but you literally have nothing to show for it. Like you have no income. Like we got to change this, honey. I eventually had to tell myself that because I was always stroking my brain with information. And some of you guys on this call are doing the same thing. Like Sherilyn said, you get so addicted to information, you become allergic to execution. I can't stand a smart person that doesn't get to it. Like you're so smart, but you have no money. Like, and I know it's a challenge, it's a growth. We're growing through it. But it does irk your nerves because it is true, Sherilyn. Like they're so addicted to information that they're allergic to executing. They think they're not supposed to execute, that they're just supposed to be talent, like smart, smart, smart. Like, you know how many times me and Mike has done calls with agents and these are brand new prospects and they're like trying to teach us something when we're the ones with the money. We're the ones you're coming to. Like, honey, you're just very smart in information. We get it. You got a master's. We get it. You read these 75 different books. We get it. You did all these masterminds, but honey, your bank account and your business opportunity doesn't reflect. And that's why it doesn't matter. Now, the producer, starter, what do I do next? Producer, determined, adapt easily. Time is still spent everywhere though. Mastery, you've built enough skills and processes through guided sessions. Here we go. Master, you don't suck anymore. You made with little effort. Your belief is consistency trumps intensity. So what I told myself is when I was taken into the hospital for 5 days, this is even me at my level of my entrepreneurship level. I am nowhere near where I desire to be. I am nowhere near where I desire to be. I desire thousands and thousands and thousands of more steps up the ladder. Once you reach one mountain, you got to climb to the top of the next mountain. Then you got to climb to the top of the next mountain. There's always a mountain to climb. There's always a taller mountain, family. But I told myself, this is an example. When I was in the hospital for 5 days overnight with my son, right? Caitlin, consistency triumphs intensity, trumps into intensity. This is very intense, but your consistency will always your intensity will always master over this. Your intensity will always beat this up. Your consistency that you have will always murder anything that comes your way, baby. You are consistent, okay? And the key trait of us, we're very industrious. Okay, our key skill is sales and leveraged acquisition. And our time is still spent everywhere, settling, overseeing, marketing, coaching calls, directing small vendors and contracts, all kind of things. It doesn't change, okay? As far as the time spent, that's why it said a job versus entrepreneurship is two different things. A job is basic, 1, 2, 3, go to work, clock out, get a check. Go to work, clock out, get a check. Same thing over and over and over again, right? So this is mastery, okay? This is us mastering what's required. So I want you guys to understand that our competence determines, okay? Our competence determines our confidence, and our confidence determines our compensation. Write that down. I'll pause really quick so we can write that down. And I'm gonna say it
Can you
again for
say
us
it?
as well.
Sorry, thank you.
Yes. Let me say that again. So our competence determines our confidence. And your confidence determines your compensation. And the core difference here is job, effort, paycheck. Remember, job equals effort, arrowed out, next paycheck. Business equals effort, arrowed out, compound. Business, semicolon, effort, compound. Job, semicolon, effort, paycheck, right? So if you plant seeds, family, and tend to that soil daily. And some of us have to like relate this to our business opportunity here. We can't just plant the seed and just show up because like we barely have time today or like we had I don't know if we're gonna make it. I honestly I don't know if we're gonna make it because when we plant seeds at home in our garden, okay, if you're a spiritual person, you're supposed to tend to the soil daily. And you don't have to chase to harvest because you're tending to it daily. It comes naturally, right? Does that make sense? Like if I plant seeds and I tend to my seeds daily, I don't have to chase my harvest because I know the harvest is going to come naturally. And the key success and the keys to success as an entrepreneur is discipline over motivation all day long. Please, family. Motivation runs out. I was so unmotivated when my son was in the hospital. My heart was heavy. Naturally, my child was in the hospital. My heart was just I was unmotivated in that time. But motivation lasts. Like that video I played of Stormy Wellington that you guys are like, you guys forgot about that video already. That's what we mean when we say motivation runs out. It always runs out. Motivation never lasts. That's why daily you have to get up and motivate yourself. But if you understand that motivation is not what's going to make me my money or change my family's life or the trajectory of my family tree, but I know the fact is discipline will. So even when I don't feel motivated, I will show up in discipline. When I don't feel like doing the do, I'm still going to show up in discipline. Family, consistency creates momentum. Okay? Consistency creates momentum. We want to show up daily, even when we don't feel like it. Measure progress by growth, but not by your comfort levels, please. Like you're not going to be comfortable for a while in this. Any entrepreneurship, any journey is not comfortable. And I wish we could like let that go. Like I'm a female, okay? I know a long time ago being an entrepreneur is no such thing as soft girly. But please, as much as I look like one of those, yeah, no. Very masculine. It's okay. It's temporary. It's the energy. No? When I have a husband, when that time comes, I will always be masculine in a business. But I will turn that thing off when I go home to my man at night. Yes, absolutely. Yes, you can. I'm submitted to you, honey. Lead. Take the lead. Please, I've been leading a long time now, okay? Take that lead, okay? Take it, take it, take it, take it. I don't want to listen. Let me sit back and relax. Let me do all the things. Like, go ahead. Yes, exactly. Exactly. But that whole like, oh, soft girl, like, ugh, I don't want to pick up a finger. Oh my gosh. I don't want to die. Oh my gosh. Like, bye. To me, that is weak. I'm sorry, and that could be a little mean. And I apologize. And I'm really just serious though. Like, I don't believe in I want next level and I want to change my life, and I'm just gonna sit back and soft girl it out and do it, or soft man it out, gentle it out, whatever you want to call it. If you're a man, gentle, whatever, you know? My girl said I just chuckled. Princess soft girl era, okay? Like come on now. That was funny. Oh my goodness. So, moving on from that, the whole purpose of me saying this all, we want to measure progress by our growth and not our comfort. Remember, soft life is comfort. It's feminine. I mean, the comfortability level. And femininity is not a gender, it is a energy. Men can be in their femininity as well. Okay. At least 10, 20% of the time, sometimes, right? It's just an energy. But in this industry, like the energy of flow, we're not flowing. Okay. We're measuring our progress by growth, not comfort. Okay. So work harder on your business than you do your job. Your business will fund your freedom. Your job will just temporarily pay your bills. Work harder on your business than your job. Your business will fund your freedom. Now, the exercise, okay? If you can drop in chat, what stage are you in? We just got to it. Hey, don't let the nails and lashes fool you, period. Absolutely. Don't let it fool you guys. Don't let the makeup and the girly stuff fool you. Okay? I love it. What stage are we in? This is a little exercise. This is time for us to interact. And even unmute, I would love if we can unmute some. But what stage are we in? Are we in the entrepreneur stage? Are we in the starter stage, the producer stage, or the mastery stage?
I'm in between, Coach KB, between starter and producer.
You're in between starter and producer?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes. And I
Between
say that because I'm producing but I'm not producing at a level which is consistent. You know what I mean? Like I am.
Are you here? I can hear you.
Okay, good. I feel like because I'm not producing consistently, because my goal is at least 1 to 2 apps a day. And because I'm not there, I'm still in the starter part, is because I do my script, but I have not mastered my script. And I know a lot of people, a lot of the leaders talk about script. But if my apps or me servicing my people is not consistent enough, I'm not getting stronger in my script, if that makes sense. Does that
Mm,
make sense?
it
So
does.
that's why I feel like I'm in between, because I am I'm still not struggling, because I'm not. But like when it gets down after the approach and the discovery, the end of part of the discovery and the presentation, when they start to talking to you and asking you all these questions, I don't know how to bring them back and gain where I'm supposed to take control of the call. So that's why I say I'm between starter and producer, because I am producing, but I haven't mastered the starter part that takes me to the next level.
Hmm.
I have to be 100% confident.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's a part of the process. So we have to go through every single stage. You have to go through the stages. And the beautiful thing is you're not in the entrepreneur stage. Now you're in the starter stage. And now we're aware that we're not the best, but I'm also knowing that I'm getting better, and you are. And it's showing in your fruit, right? The sales you've been submitting. That is you positioning yourself here. Like it's happening. Now it's about becoming more resourceful and staying in flow of that. Staying in flow of producing, understanding that 100% of my time has to go to sales. Yes, we see you, girl. We see you. Like Sherilyn said, we are so proud.
Thank you.
We
I'm so
are. I'm
yeah.
proud. I'm so happy to know that this is happening for you.
So I'm definitely confident, and this is my thing, right? This is my baby. Like there's no turning back for me.
Yes.
But I'm constantly working. I'm praying now to God for not just consistency and discipline, but I'm also praying for creativity and strategy, because everything that worked for everybody else don't necessarily work for me. And I want God to download, I want the Holy Spirit to give me what's my strategy and what's my creativity, because I've never been really creative. I've always been a worker bee. I've always been at the top of my chain. I've always took rules, always set budgets for everybody else. Always, I had a $44 million book of business. So I was a robot, right? So coming out of that, I don't have the strategies. I don't have the creativity, because I'm used to people just telling me what to do, opposed to me going out there figuring it out. So that's where I am. And I'm excited for this stage, because when I do get to where Coach KB and Mia and Sherry Lynn, I I'm gonna look back on this time And I'll be like, man, y'all, it was so great. It was so hard, but I'm here now, you know. So thank you for opening up and letting me say that too, because I know some other people may feel the same way, you know. But yeah.
It's a part of the process. And thank you for coming in and your vulnerability and being the first person to identify and say, I think this is where I'm at. Because like you said, there's more people on the call that are in the same place. And I do believe that again, success in business starts with mental rewiring, but we can't really mentally rewire the way we need to mental rewire until we just truly have a awareness and understanding of where we stand. And sometimes, like when we identify where I stand, it hurts a little bit. It stings a little bit, you know? But hi, hello, hello. But it gets better. It absolutely gets better. So the beautiful thing is you are gonna hit your way to producer. And that producer level can happen so much sooner than maybe is even on your heart and mind, so much sooner than your heart and mind. And that's what's beautiful. So I see two more people have their hand raised. Let's invite them in. Thank you so much, Kim, for coming in and sharing that. Let's see. Wait, okay.
Oh,
Jamila, I
go
see her.
ahead. Jamila had hers first, if she wants to go ahead and go first.
Let me see. Okay, wait.
Okay, you hear me?
We can hear
Whew.
you. Oh.
All right. Okay. So, um, I know I don't know, you might beg to differ, but this is the reason why I say this. I feel like I'm still a starter, even though I am producing, but I'm not consistent. I'm
Mm,
not consistent. I'm not consistent with um dialing every day. I'm not consistent with posting every day as far as being a lead magnet. I know what my strengths are and I know what my weaknesses are. Um, and I'm working on it constantly right now, but I would still say I'm a starter because um I could be doing way more. And I know that. And awareness is half the battle.
mm, half the battle. I like how she said that. I love that. Thank you for coming in and sharing that. And, like we were saying, that starter level is a real level. It's like, it's that level, like you say, like, wait a second, I'm actually producing, like, I've done the do. Like, for example, she came to a boot camp in South Florida. Like, this was a telesale boot camp. Like, she does her thing. Like, you guys will see Jamila in the chat, especially like if you're new. I know you guys that have been here for a minute, you already see her. But she be coming in the chat and she's dropping sales like she really is. So even her, like somebody that came to an event, I remember in like just 2 days of work she submitted like 13,000 in sales by just helping like three families. It was crazy, or maybe four, maybe five, I don't know. But in 24 hours, like 48 hours, maybe 72, a little bit hitting 72. But so it's proven like she can do the thing, right? Jamila, you can do the thing, but like she said, I just don't think I'm consistent enough. And that's exactly what it is, right? So I thank you, Jamila, for coming in and sharing that. Kantara, you got your hand up. Hello, hello.
So I feel like I'm in between a entrepreneur and a producer. A entrepreneur only because I definitely overthink a lot for sure. Um, I feel like I want things to be in a perfect state before things can take off. Um, So like, I was getting into real estate before I got into this. It took me a really long time to get my license. But at least like I never gave up. Like I was determined to get my license. So obviously producer trait being determined. So I got that. Didn't really do much, was hopping between brokerages because I wanted it to be like the perfect setting for it to happen in my life. And then same thing kind of like with the insurance as well. This is going to be my third company. Just trying to get the feel for it. I've only had my license for about 5 months now. So I guess that would be kind of like dabbling just to kind of like see what's out there, of course. Um, Never really had the mindset though of just like, I'm not sure that I can do this. Like I know that I could do this, which comes back to like being a producer. I'm very determined. Adaptability, the belief it says if I want to be great, I have to suck first. I put in the chat is I look forward to failing because without failure, there's no wins, there's no success. So if I have to fail over and over again to really get it and understand it, like I'm ready to do that because I know at the end of the day, I am really determined to make this work for myself and to show others that like this can work and hopefully bring on more people and show other women too as well, like you could do whatever you put your mind to, never give up, keep pushing, stay
Yes.
determined. So
I love that. Yes, I just we're not in public, but can we do like a Zoom round of applause? Sarah, I really like that. Thank you. And not only that, y'all, she's new to the community here. Like how vocal, right? Like she's gonna be beast. Like this is her first call. Her first call. And she's willing to unmute, be vulnerable, share, and with so much wisdom behind it. And Kantara, thank you for coming in and sharing that. The vulnerability behind that is powerful. And like you said, like at that producer level, that belief, knowing like I know that I'm going to have to fail first. And that's the level that I have hit this producer level. I am at the level now of not only producer, but conscious competence. Like I have the conscious competence to understand now. All right. So I really appreciate you for jumping in and sharing that. And I think for our journey, like on this journey that we're on, it's a beautiful thing to be able to identify, hey, I have done this. Hey, I have experienced this. Hey, in real estate, this happened. In life insurance, I've done a little bit of dabbling, right? But to be able to now hone in and identify, like the beautiful thing is the identification of the producer and the starter, the producer, the starter, the master, the entrepreneur. Like this part, like tonight is going to change everything for us because I truly believe that now we truly can identify, okay, this is where I'm at. And this is where I want to keep going to be. And I want to keep master. I want to truly be this person at 100%. And because of that, now I know the steps and the direction and the intentional setting that I make daily to be able to create that in my life. And it's not just going to be family for this business specifically, but it will be for every other venture that you take on as well. Right. So, Kintara, thank you. Thank you so much for coming in and sharing that. We appreciate you. All right.
Well, I just wanted to tell Ms. Collins that you are in the right community. You saying that you haven't, like, it's not 100% in your mind because you've tried some things before. I will tell you, young lady, that this community is not just about making money, not just about making sales, not just about insurance. This community is a family, right? When you're going through something, we're there. Everybody. When you need encouragement, we are there. When you need your faith lifted, we are there. And it's all about building the faith first because none of this can happen if you don't have the faith for real that it could happen. So you're in the right community, boo. I can't wait to see what you do.
yeah,
Welcome,
thank you
welcome,
so much.
welcome.
We just got done with a full 8-week faith series at my church too, so
Come on.
Oh my goodness. I prayed for this family. You just don't even understand. I prayed for that. I prayed for what you guys are hearing right now. I totally prayed for it. Kimberly, I thank you so much and I appreciate you. Brad, I see you have your hand raised. Let me add a spotlight here. So Brad family is from South Florida. Josiah had no idea you're in Orlando, which is crazy. I'm literally like 30 minutes away. That is insane. Okay, so hello. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing for a second. Okay.
Hello.
Hello, Brad. How are you?
Doing well. How you guys doing?
Amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah. I had turned off my camera because I was lagging and it was bothering me. So I was like, I don't want to
Okay.
bother you guys. So, um, yeah, just for myself, I identified I'm in the starter phase, and as I was reflecting on it, I'll say that is mainly because, like when you were saying earlier, like basically entrepreneurship is like you're holding a mirror and you will see everything about yourself, the good and the bad. And for myself, when I speak and I look at myself, I lack a lot of discipline naturally. So right now, what I'm doing is literally trying to be the most structured that I possibly can, from the beginning of my day towards the ending. You know, from your morning routine to the midday to even when you're reset and refocus and ending off your night. That's kind of what I'm at right now, reconstructing the little things. I'm even researching right now on dopamine, you know, why sometimes people are motivated to do a certain task and why sometimes people are not, and just reconstructing a lot of different things within myself so I can be the most affected in my business. And I know when it comes down to all of that, really discipline, doing the tasks and then being consistent each and every single day, no matter how you feel. Because if you understand that this business is very simple, it is truly very simple. It's not. I'm not gonna say it's easy, but it's very very simple. So as long as you know exactly what you need to do, you can go ahead and do it. And that's pretty much where I'm at right now. So just being very structured for myself.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's powerful. And that's thank you for the vulnerability of just being transparent and hey, I feel like I overall just not the best in my discipline, just in life right now. Okay. And that's a beautiful identity in my opinion. Like I believe that is a beautiful identity. The identity of understanding like, hey, I know this is where I struggle with. I know that this is the reason, this is more than likely, let's just say it like that. This is more than likely the reason why I myself aren't doing what I myself want to be done or I want it to happen, right? Because we all have different individual goals. So like my identity of success may not be your identity of success, Bradley, right? Bradley's identity of success may not just be Kantara's identity of success or Jamila's, right? Or Kim's, right? So I say that to say you know exactly, hey, this is what I want to be done. And I also know I haven't been able to do this just yet, right? This is what we say to ourselves. So to be able to identify, wait a second, my discipline, more than anything, it's my discipline. If I can just master self and discipline and self, I know that I will change the trajectory of everything for me because I have what it takes. I have the mindset. I know how to speak. I know how to build relationships with people, right? I am fit. I am not, you know, sluggish, right? And some people they I'm not trying to be, like that, but like sometimes we can eat so much food and we get tired. Bradley goes to the gym, family.
Mhm.
If you don't know, Bradley works out, right? So like you have everything that it takes to be able to get to the income level that you desire. And it does take discipline. It does take sitting down and saying, you know what? I don't know if you guys remember this, but remember, like decide rhymes with homicide. And if you're anything like me, I loved watching 48 Hour Mystery. I love watching these weird crime scene shows. And I cut it off because I'm like, Lord, I know this isn't good. So I cut it off. I did. But I was one of those who loved 48 Hour Mystery. And homicides was all we saw. Homicide, decide rhymes with homicide. And homicide means to kill. Decide means to cut off. So if I can cut off and kill anything else that could prohibit me from getting to where I need to go. And that does take now discipline. Now that I've done that, I have to be disciplined in this daily to be able to get to where I need to go. And once you do that, game over. Game over. Absolutely game over. So I'm excited for you, Brad. I'm excited to see where you go and what you create for self. Like to be so young in the industry and so skilled already and so talented already and so wise already is truly, truly, truly game changing in itself. So I want to say you're absolutely on the right track. And I just want to inspire you to keep going. I want to push you to become more disciplined. I want to push you to, hey, whatever you tell yourself to do, just do it. That's what's going to build us confidence, family. I remember I was like, you know what? I'm just going to fine, I'm just gonna do this. And guess what? I just did it. And I now I'm walking around over my shoulders like, wait a second, I did like me and God too. But and with just black and white speaking, like I really did that. Like, I could, I really did that. Oh no, let me tap myself. Let me tap myself on the back. That's how it feels because you said, I'm gonna go run a mile today, and you ran that mile. When you're done running that mile, you're gonna look in that mirror and be like, ooh, I look good. Let me go run that mile 5 more times the next 5 days this week and just see how my body keeps changing, right? Same thing with business. Same thing with life insurance sales. Same thing with the opportunity we have here. So, does anybody else want to come in and share? Where do you feel like you're at on this on these on these 4 levels of competence? Does anybody else want to share? I like,
I'll share.
yes,
I
absolutely.
don't know how to raise my hand.
It's okay. Go ahead. Absolutely.
So I feel like I'm a in between. I just got out of entrepreneurship and now I'm a starter, very brand new starter. I finally found my family, which is here, and I have all my contracts done. So I'm like eager to like get started. I've done a lot of research. I'm doing studying. I'm working on my discipline, um, like Bradley is doing, and I'm recognizing that I need to be better at my discipline and making those calls and setting aside time to work on this job and not just focusing on my 9 to 5 job because in the end, this is going to be the job that I think I'm going to stick with because I like it. I've only done a few calls and I love talking to people. Like I just get to ask them how their day is doing and they open up to me. It's like a therapy session. So it's great. Um, but yeah, I'm definitely a starter and I'm brand new, but I'm going to get to a producer as soon as I can.
You absolutely will. And remember, that belief level at that starter level is if I see these people do it, I know I can do it too. And this is truly beautiful. Like to be at the starter level is beautiful. And the reason why is because like this is just a part of our ladder we're going up. And to know that we've made it past like that first couple steps on that ladder, and now here we are on this part of our ladder. And we're looking to climb up a little bit. We're looking to get to producer level, but let me rest in the starter level for in a minute. Let me rest in knowing that, hey, I know I have to put my focus here and here, like sales, discipline, being resourceful, right? So, Linda, thank you for sharing that. And Linda, as I told you guys, Linda is brand new here. She shared she's brand new. Let's all drop some hearts in the chat and love to be just so opening, willing to share that as a brand new partner with us. It's super exciting. And it's not always easy, right? It's not always easy, like unmuting and just being vulnerable. Like I always want to appreciate vulnerability. It means a lot. Like I know it takes a lot. So I'm excited for you, Linda. This is literally the beginning. To be able to make a decision to say, you know what, I'm getting my life insurance license. I did that. Now you have a license. Now you're 10 times more confident than you were before you got your license. And then now you're like, you know what? I'm going to join and partner with an agency and learn how to make sales, learn how to get some extra income. You're going to do that. And it's going to be like, wow, I'm 10 times more confident, right? Because now, not only did I do what I set out for myself to do, but like here, it's in the physical. Like, honestly, Linda, nobody can tell you anything now. You did that. You absolutely did that. So it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. So thank you, Linda, for coming in and sharing that. We appreciate you so much. So does anybody else? I know family, we're clocking down. It's okay. We're clocking out. I promise we're not going to be on much longer. But does anybody else want to come in and share where they find their self at? And if not, it's okay. If not, it's okay. So Nia, I wanna toss it over to you for just a second. You guys, before the rest of you guys go, please stay. Just please stay a few more minutes. A few more minutes. I want listen, we couldn't move into the standards of October before identifying what level we were at. I believe identifying those 4 levels of competence was just important. It was really important because now you're not unknown. Then now you're aware of where you even stand to even know how to navigate to the next level. And before we can truly set standards, I believe that was important. But I was having a conversation with Nia. I was having a conversation with you, Nia, and we were like, you know what? We were like, for the month of October, we should totally have standards set, like for the team and for the community. And I mean, I don't know if you want to add in, if there's anything that's just off the top of your head, when it comes to sales, dialing, AP, leads, organization, dialing time, not talking to the leaders in the midst of an awkward hour of the day when we should be all the things. If anything is on your heart, like, hey, I'm a brand new agent. What are the standards I'm setting for October? You guys, Nia knows what she's doing. Okay, so I want you guys to hear it from her.
All right, good evening, guys, and welcome all the new members here. We love to see the new faces and the new opportunities that you guys have been presented, and just welcome, just here. We love it. We love it. So, as KB was saying, we were talking, which we talk a lot about, just how we want to make sure the community continues to grow and keep pouring back into you guys. We was like, hey, we need to do standards. So this is part of, like Caitlin was saying, of knowing what you need to do for yourself, and it really starts with being true to yourself, right? So you have to be true to yourself and know what you want. I can't say what's good for Kim. Kim knows what's good for her in her situation. She has to be real with her and say, hey, listen, what do I want? Because if you don't even know what you want, you don't have a goal, you don't have a target, you're just kind of just living and just moving, with no kind of set goal to hit. So at the end of the day, we have to hold ourselves accountable, accountability for one, and we have to know what we're hitting, where we're going, and we have to hold ourselves at a standard. So moving forward for the month of October, we have the Collective Prosperity channel, our channel that we talk about and talk and communicate in within the Telegram. So just be more accountable for yourself. Standard, showing up for yourself. You got to show up for yourself. We can't help you if you can't help. You got to give us something to help you with, so to say, right? We can't help you if you can't help us help you, if that makes sense, right? So just start showing up, start being there for you, because it starts with you. You have to be there for yourself in order for somebody else to be there for you, right? So you have to, like I said, know what you want, which is the big thing. So start showing up in the channels. Obviously, with me and Caitlin having our children, sometimes we have to alternate or jump off to do our thing to get our, to be parents. Some of you guys are on here, you know how that works. So if we're not there, that don't mean that you don't show up. I mean, I've seen times where I jump in and I see Bradley there by himself. And I'm just going to point him out because we had a good conversation the other day about some of the same things that he discussed tonight. And just, don't let us not being there hold you from showing up for yourself. Because at the end of the day, if if we don't show up, that's not going to make money for you, and you got to take care of you and your family. So just start showing up for yourself, hold yourself accountable, know what you want, be real with yourself. And if you can't, if we not there, ask Kim. Kim has been here for a minute. Ask Bradley. You have other people or other leaders, other fellow partners that you could ask for help as well, or jump into the main room for other, more seasoned leaders to be able to help guide you in certain situations or certain hiccups or objections or whatever you may have. But just start showing up. That's the first start. You can say all these things, we have all these calls, we can do all this stuff and pour into you guys, but if you don't show up for you, then who's going to show up for you? So it starts with self. So that's really, some of you guys saw, I even did it last week. I dropped a video of myself. It actually came up on my TikTok as a reminder or a memory. That's what it is. And it actually brought it back to me like, wow, I've really come really, really far in a year. Literally, it was like September the 30th. It was the last day of the month. I had moved back to my family's home to start all over from scratch in October 1st, 2024. And it just made me feel good to just know that I had so much trust and so much faith and so much belief in myself of what, I was going to do and what I could do. and believing in yourself and having faith and knowing that God ain't gonna steer you wrong, as long as you have that communication, and you talk to him and you say, hey, God, you control my steps, you guide me. What I may think that is good for me, that's not maybe what God has in store. And like KB said, things will start coming to you easily and effortlessly. I have events now that I have, lined up, but people come to me now. I didn't come to them, they come to me. Agents come to me now. They see me, they want to do what I do. They see that, hey, I have some of the new members. They're not even, under, in partnership with me. They're other partners, but they see me and they're like, hey, I want to do what you do. Can we set a call? Can I reach out to you? Can we talk? Yes, absolutely. I'm willing to pour into you. That's why we as leaders, we continue to pour into ourselves daily, so we'll be able to pour into you guys, because we get drained. Don't think we're human. Like Caitlin gets drained, I get drained as well, but we continue to pour into ourselves, so we're able to pour into you guys. It's not just about us, it's about everybody. It's about the community, it's about uplifting others, it's about making you guys feel good, making you you guys be able to trust us, to be able to, want our leadership, want our guidance. So, that's kind of really all I wanted to say. Thank you guys for the opportunity. And like I said, we look forward to moving forward with you guys and assisting you guys on this journey. Just know that, you got to show up for yourself, and in order for us to be able to help and show up with you, walk with you on this journey, along with God, obviously. But
Absolutely. I love that, Nian. Thank you for sharing that. Yes, ma'am. Okay, can we drop in the chat? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, Pooh. Oh, just an insider joke. Just drop in the chat. Yes, Pooh. P-O, like Winnie the
Okay, so let me go ahead and I'll tell you guys, because Pooh is a family now. I don't know if you can see it, but you probably can see it on my arm. That's literally like one of my first tattoos, but that's a family name for me. And as you guys know, me and Caitlin, we go kind of way back. Like her dad know me as Pooh. He don't know me as Nia. He don't know me as Intermediate. Her grandma know me as Pooh. So now that she calls me Nia Pooh, which is her like name for me. So which now is kind of cute, because I actually use, I'm like Nia Pooh. So when you hear her say that, that's kind of like really what it is. If you guys want to call me that, that's perfectly fine. I do answer to it as well.
She does. She knows it very well. Absolutely. Oh my goodness. This was really good, Nia. Thank you for sharing that. Very good. Phenomenal. I mean, fancy.com, the bomb.com. I mean, like nobody can stop you but you.com, and I absolutely love it. And I appreciate the time spent here tonight, family. Like the time spent together collectively. Nia said something about the chat. I want to add in that community chat, sometimes we have questions that we'll individually message. I know, like, the reason why I would love for you to put your view, unless it's a private question, please, unless it's private, put the chat in the community chat, the question in the community chat. Hey, do you know how to send a document so a client can sign electronically? Hey, I have a question about, like, am I a broker? Am I an agent? Any question. Hey, by the way, what company would you use for this? Hey, by the way, because the reason why is because there can be another family member in our chat that might have the same question. So that's why, one. Two, it's engagement. Three, let's communicate, right? And it will allow you to feel more comfortable. Like, let's say Bradley answers a question for somebody else. Now that person feels more comfortable to reach out to Bradley now, because like, hey, I never talked to Bradley before, but he answered my question in the chat. Now I'm gonna reach out to Bradley. He's pretty cool, right? So never be ashamed, like Kim said. Don't be embarrassed. We are absolutely family. We are absolutely family. And I pray that nothing a part of our community gives embarrassment. Like, if I pray that nothing that we say here gives like I'm a little embarrassed to ask, or I don't know if I should. I pray that I don't give off that energy. I pray, God, if I do, please like take that away right now. But we no need to be embarrassed, right? No question is a dumb question. When you're a brand new agent, you're gonna have a lot of questions. When you have never done something like this in your life before, you're gonna have a lot of questions. And yes, message us, especially when it comes down to if we've had a private conversation, like me, Mike, Nia, we had a private conversation with you, and we're like, hey, when you dial, text us. Hey, like if a client's on the phone, text us. Also, to be able to help you guys, and some people, like, we don't really randomly do this, but if you need assistance, okay, to be able to help us know, like, this is an emergency situation, text for non-emergency, call back to back for emergency. Okay. So let's just say, it's a random day and you're just calling. I'm me looking at my phone like, I'm in the middle of my dialing session. I can't really pick up right now because I dial too. Nia dials too. Like, we ain't just millionaires out here just sitting around watching y'all make money. Like, what? We trying to get to the bag too, So we do have working hours. So it is a little disrespectful to know, like, hey, like, this is midday, like, hey, like, we are human beings. I would never call you at your 9 to 5 position midday while you're working. Disrespectful on different levels, to your boss, to you, like, you're trying to work. So to be able to allow it, like, hey, let's say you're dialing, you have a client on the line, call us twice back to back. If it's not so serious, maybe text, right? That way, when you call, we can start picking up more often because we know you really got a client on the line and you need help right then and there. Right? Because, like, I would hate for anybody on this call to be like, anybody on Zoom right now, if you're on the phone with a client and you don't, like, you're like, you don't reach out and you miss out on a sale. Like, call me, double call me anytime. Same thing, double call Nia. But, like, if it's not an emergency, don't, because it's, hey, Nia, what time are you available so I can call you? I need to talk to you. That's more professional than randomly call, right? Because now it looks like we don't pick up the phone when that's not true, when really and truly, like, we need to identify, like, what is this call for? Are you just calling to jibber jab and talk? Or is there something serious happening? You really need our assistance. If not, let's schedule a time and day to connect and go over some information. So I do just want to share that. I want you guys to get in the familiarity of calling in emergency situations. You have a lead in front of you, a client in front of you, you're doing an app, you don't know how to submit it, double call. Alrighty, guys. So let's go ahead and end it out here. It was such an honor to do this call tonight. Um, this call was actually one of my best calls, I think, because I believe that it allowed us to identify. Like, one of the best calls we've done so far here with Collective. It was an identity call, and I think this call was really needed. I actually enjoyed this conversation, like, way more than maybe another conversation. This was really nice. Yes, my heart is so full as well. That's a beautiful thing. My heart's full, Nia. My heart's full. This was really good. I believe this is the call that's going to shape individuals going into this fourth quarter of the year. Family, remember, it is the fourth quarter of the year. It is October 5th. We have about 26 days to reach our goals. We all put goals in the chat. 10,000 AP, 15. You only have 26 days left to make it happen. You see how I said that? You only have 26 days left. We move quick around here, okay? We move quick. We got to move now, fast and in a hurry. So Monday, tomorrow morning, that discipline that we know we're struggling with, or the hunger, setting those standards, the execution, it doesn't matter. Tomorrow morning, it's time to get to it. Tomorrow morning, it's the start of it all. No such thing as, oh, I'll wait until Wednesday or Thursday or blah, blah. You're wasting time. Okay. Kimberly, I see you have we have 2 hand raises. Go ahead.
I just got one more question. I really like this, and I'm in Damon's community. So for the people that's not in Damon's community, Coach KB, I think this mindset thing would be really good for our home. Like, this is our home. Damon is like our granddad, our dad, you know what I mean? And I think our community, for the people that's not attached to him, it can help, because I'm reading all the stuff in the chat, how people's commenting. I think the mindset thing is what really is making it that's so impactful. So if you can do more than that to build us to go to the next level, to build you to go to the next level.
Well, let's do it then. Let's make it happen. Y'all like this? Did y'all like it? Did y'all like the call? Because we could do a call like this daily. Maybe not daily, but for sure. Kimberly, I agree with you. Damon's calls are very advanced mindset. And yes, I think we need more of these calls. So we definitely going to do these. We're definitely going to do them. Nia, you were raising your hand? You do not.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So I was just going to say, the people that have already put their goals inside of the chat, which I was talking to you, well, I made a post early Monday, I think. Thank you so much for going ahead and doing that. Now, if you guys need help with trying to figure out how to hit your target for your goal or the steps, we will drop in the chat how to get to your goal, the steps to making a goal, so to say. If you need something like individually, like with us, like kind of one-on-one time, then absolutely reach out to your leaders, myself, KB, or whomever else who introduce you into the industry to help you guys try to meet that goal as much and as quick as possible. So I do appreciate you guys for that. If you have not dropped your goals inside of the chat, then I would recommend that you do, because again, if you don't have a goal, you're just shooting blank targets. So yes.
Shooting blanks. We don't shoot blanks around here. I like that. Hey guys, before y'all hang up, do me a favor. I don't know if y'all are on your phone, screenshot the computer. Either if you're on your phone, screenshot the Zoom with everybody's face. Somebody logged off. It's okay. I heard them log off. Or just screenshot and tag at Collective on Instagram. Whatever you guys want to say with some music in the background. So we're gonna smile on three. So everybody that is on camera, if you want to do a little. All right. So we're gonna take pictures and we're gonna tag at Collective Prosperity Firm on IG, and we're gonna end the call. All right. Ready, guys? 1, 2, 3. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Awesome. Alrighty, family. It was a pleasure. Happy Sunday, and let's get to it tomorrow. Have a great evening, guys. Bye.
Bye.